And it's round 7 of the Blockheads.
Whoa.
Blockheads pod.
Next week it's round 8. I can't wait for round 8.
My name's Pete.
My name's Rocco. I hate mornings and I love altcoins.
I love mornings and love altcoins.
Whoa. You have to have your own thing.
Well, why?
A love and a hate.
But I'm a conformist. That's why I'm
I
on a
know
crypto
that.
podcast.
That's your one redeeming quality, Pete.
That I'm a conformist.
No.
That I'm on a crypto podcast.
Yes.
I love
Hard avocados. You love hard avocados.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
I came up with that idea, and I hate... Actually, I can't take sweet cherry pie. Cherries are good, but they're not sweet, and pie just adulterates cherries when it makes them.
Yeah, I'm never
sweet.
going for cherry pie either. No. Least favorite pie.
I mean, any other berry pie is pretty much fine.
Oh my god.
So how was your week?
Awesome.
Awesome.
I worked too much, and I saw things I couldn't unsee, but more on that later. I definitely messed up last week.
Oh,
here,
yeah? How?
On the Blockheads podcast here.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately...
Did you get the round number wrong?
No, that was you.
Oh.
And I corrected your ass.
Oh, I thought you were going to...
When we were talking about obvious scams like BitConnect,
Right.
I kind of missed out on the fact that maybe Craig Grant was hacked, the BitConnect shill,
Oh.
but he didn't exit because apparently there's 2 YouTube accounts with the name Craig Grant with very similar summaries. His account.
Is it the same person?
I don't know, but these account summaries, the line, it's a bunch of nonsense, but basically his account is still up and like he's still jet setting and trying to BitConnect school and interviewing the crypto granny, Ruth. That's a good one.
So you thought he exited, but he's still alive and well.
Still making, yeah. So I don't know why there's also a Craig Grant account with nothing but 6-month-old bouncy house videos. Maybe.
It's a pretty common name. I have a friend named Craig Grant from Jersey.
Okay.
But,
Bouncy houses. It threw me off. So I'm sorry.
Well,
Correction.
you better
BitConnect is still a scam, and don't do it, folks.
Anyway, let's introduce the generous, prosperous, non-fictitious sponsors of our podcast.
Yeah, we got Tyranny Coin again this week.
Again!
Yeah.
Tyranny Coin's just really been pressuring us to be a sponsor.
Wow.
It's like every week they threaten us with, that was a strong word.
Let me just get
That
through
was a
this.
strong word.
We don't need your judgments, Pete. Here's the copy they gave me. Tyranny Coin. Give in. Submit. Buy in to Tyranny Coin. The quantum tangle is coming. All of your chains will be assimilated.
All right. That's Tyranny Coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're also sponsored this week by NovogratzFacts.com.
Whoa.
The best and truest Mike Novogratz facts. Here's a gem. Jesus can walk on water, yeah, but Mike Novogratz can swim on land.
Oh, that's a good one. Maybe you can explain this. Mike Novogratz's blood type is BIP39. What the hell is that?
A BIP, you might see this around the web. A BIP is a Bitcoin improvement proposal.
Oh,
and
that's
they're
what that
numbered,
means.
and some of them are major, and you hear about them all the time. 39 is the one that let you do those passphrases of like 12 words or 24 words. You know that, like a Ledger wallet will have 24 words, and if you remember those words, then those words can generate all your wallet addresses. So it's like a really easy way to remember your wallet keys, I guess.
It basically enabled really cool cold storage of your coins.
Yeah, and it just made it easier to remember things without remembering a million keys.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool BIP.
Yeah, so the BIPs come out, and I guess Mike Novogratz, we have to thank him for that.
Thank you for your blood. Our blessed Savior, your blood, it gives us the holy life and stuff. And Novogratz Damus, yes, our Savior.
I think we've got a limit of like 1 Jesus joke per show.
How many are we up to right now? 2. Oh, yeah, okay, fine.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'll make a joke about fake people from Eastern religions.
All right, well, here's the next Mike Novogratz. Mike Novogratz can build a snowman out of rain.
That's much better.
Raindrops.
We're sorry, website that sponsored us, Mike Novogratz Factory. That was better. Okay, I got one. Mike Novogratz is so perceptive, only he knows Victoria's Secret. He told it to her, and then, I don't know.
It's her secret. Anyway, Mike Novogratz also has his own line at the DMV.
I hate the DMV.
Yeah, that's where we should interject our Franz Kafka, thing. Remember how we were going to talk about Kafka every episode?
No, but
well, the
okay.
Kafka and the DMV for me, that's just the perfect combination. Can you imagine Kafka at the DMV?
That sort of a thing. Yeah. Maybe he would have a problem with the spelling of his name and it doesn't match up with whatever. And then he gets to the line and they're just like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wait a minute. I just waited in 3 hours for this to talk to you. And why do I need to pay you $36 for my registration? It's just a thing that says that I didn't sell my car in the past year. Like, why are you going to take my car if I don't pay that?
No. What about, well, do you
You're
think
in the wrong
DMV
line, sir. You're in the wrong line. You were actually supposed to go to line C47 over there.
Take a new ticket.
Take this ticket.
Your number 4096.
You're going to have to be rescreened. So go through the metal detector again. Did I hear your phone buzz? No cell phones in here, sir. Mr. Kafka, stop it. Are you putting this on Facebook Live? Taser this man. Taser him.
When do you think the DMV will accept Bitcoin?
God, I don't know.
Well, anyway, there's one super huge,
Awesome
annoying
place that we all love. Yeah.
that is going to be accepting Bitcoin, according to numerous rumors on the internet today.
Rumors on the internet are swirling.
McDonald's will be accepting Bitcoin in 2018, say
What?
these rumors. Many news articles. And you know what? I put on my detective's hat for this one. The detective's hat only comes out every, 5 minutes or so.
And it turns out it's totally true because I see the link here. It's Forbes.com. McDonald's is going to accept Bitcoin in 2018.
Wait. You have to read past...
I looked at
you have to
link.
read past the headline.
I just looked at the front part of the URL.
Yeah,
So-
you got to read the entire headline.
No, it's official.
You know that an article's truth is contained within its headline and not the URL. Just within the headline. You can ignore all the text.
The article's truth is contained within my head and the assumptions I jump to, Pete. Come on. I've read enough internets. I can kind of figure it out on my own.
Listen, Rocco, I have a corduroy pillow, so I know all about headlines.
That was pretty good.
But anyway,
Are
this
we gonna...
Forbes article is the original article that all these other internet articles saying McDonald's was going to be taking Bitcoin.
By the way, this is a very long-winded, botched attempt at a crypto psych of the week.
Because the Forbes article didn't say McDonald's is going to take Bitcoin. It said that Betway, an online bookmaker, was giving something like 2-to-1 odds or 1/2 or something like that McDonald's would accept Bitcoin by end of 2018.
Oh my God, that's such a stretch.
Yeah. So this online betting place was saying, we think McDonald's will accept Bitcoin maybe. We're going to set odds to it. And then everyone else published articles about how McDonald's might accept Bitcoin by end of 2018.
Wow. If you want... what? If that were true, it would be like the U.S. government's plot to slowly kill Bitcoin holders with diabetes and congestive heart failure.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, now that I could believe.
Or it would also, maybe it's a plot by Wendy's. Hey, guess what? Let's just use that Inception suitcase on the McDonald's people and plant the seed in their head. You should start accepting Bitcoin. Inception. Ooh. And then they do it. And guess what? McDonald's fast food turns into McDonald's very, very long transaction times and high transaction fees. Currently,
Bitcoin...
Wendy's wins. Burger King, now they're in the number 2 spot.
Trying to fit Bitcoin into like the fast food streamline workflow right now would be like trying to fit a square burger into a round bun or something. No, it's just not a good
burger
fit.
and a round bun. Wait,
Yeah,
that's exactly what Wendy's does.
It would just not be a good fit. We've got to come up with something faster, but we'll talk about a couple faster alternatives in a bit. That was a botched crypto psych of the week, which is a patent pending feature of the Blockheads podcast.
Something about thinking for yourself. The end.
So crypto etiquette.
Yeah, we do this every week.
Yeah, crypto etiquette every week, and I found a great one, or you found a great one.
I find everything. My eyes are always open. I see everything.
So you found this landmark idea. Good job there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's on medium.com from a guy named Martin. Ooh, Schmalls Ride.
Schmalls Ride.
Schmalls Ride. Dun, dun, dun. Take it easy. What?
Anyway.
Straight up it says Schmalls Ride.
He says, let's stop calling them cryptocurrencies.
Gosh, I think this episode is probably going to focus on a lot of like, what the hell, branding, logistical, legality, all the things, nuts and bolts, bits and pieces, bits and bytes, the Bitchain. Let's talk about how are we going to come up with the name for cryptocurrency that people want to get into, and it doesn't sound like a place where you put a dead body.
Well, I know a couple of places are starting to call them digital currencies. I've heard it argued that it's not currency, it's money and all sorts of things. But I like digital currency. Cryptocurrency sounds maybe hard, or like you have to decode it or something to your person who's totally uninitiated. Maybe not. But that wasn't the point of this article. This article was advocating that we stop calling them cryptocurrencies as if they're all one kind of thing, that they should be regulated differently as crypto coins, crypto assets, and crypto tokens.
Yeah, okay. There are like 3 categories in the crypto space. We've got means of exchange. We've got, I guess, dApp platforms. Mm-hmm. And then what's the other one?
Well, you used to say means of exchange and platforms and dApps, right?
Oh,
well, he's saying that there's
platforms and dApps.
There's assets like stores of value, more like Bitcoin, probably deflationary. And then there are currencies. Well, he says coins. I don't know. He's just opening the conversation, really.
Yeah,
and I think we need to continue the conversation about what to call these in a way that won't scare people away or confuse people. And digital currency sounds pretty good.
So here's from the article.
Okay.
His point, he's talking about Paul Donovan, UBS wealth management guy. His point is that cryptocurrencies lack some basic conditions for being currency. They fail with respect to being a stable store of value.
At least right now.
Fluctuating crazy. And widely being used as a medium of exchange. They're not widely being used as a medium of exchange. We might be at 1% use global, and that's a stretch.
Right. Again, at least right now.
Another thing he talks about is just how many cryptocurrencies there are. How can this space be competitive with actual currencies when there are so many new ones coming up?
Well, of course, if Bitcoin would
get out of the way,
successfully, no. If Bitcoin were successfully implemented like the Lightning Network or something, I'm not going to comment on whether I like the Lightning Network or not, but it would improve speed and things. Then it might become, there wouldn't be a competitor in terms of currency potential, I don't think.
And about the competitors, he writes, there is a reason why the cryptocurrency community uses the term shitcoins. Indeed, many of those cryptocurrencies have no specific use case and are just spin-offs with minor tweaks of the code behind the cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin. And most of them have already failed or are bound to fail soon. So it's just not the same. It's its own little world.
Let me ask you this. Litecoin is one of the 3 coins. I know. One of the 3 coins on Coinbase right now.
Yep.
There's talk of adding Bitcoin Cash maybe and Ripple maybe. I don't know.
I think those are more than maybes, but yeah.
Yeah. But Litecoin is Bitcoin with like a few modifications. Mm-hmm. The supply was quadrupled. The block time was cut by 4. It's faster. It's 2.5 minutes.
Nice.
And Litecoin has implemented some things ahead of Bitcoin, like SegWit. It's like been a proving grounds almost for some Bitcoin improvements. But really, it's a minor modification of Bitcoin when you look at all the other currencies. What keeps Litecoin from being just a kind of a spin-off of Bitcoin? Why does Litecoin have value, and why will it continue to have value in the future?
It's going to have value because right now it achieves more utility than Bitcoin, in at least its transferability.
Okay,
it doesn't have the store of value thing. It doesn't have these projections or the all-time high that Bitcoin has or the media coverage.
Right.
But people that are in the altcoin space, they know you've got a solid, reliable, sort of like a sensible car that doesn't go as fast or look as flashy as it could, but it works. Mm-hmm. So it's not impressive, but guess what? It'll get you down the highway and take you where you're going.
Okay,
that's the difference. I think that's the difference. Whereas Bitcoin is totally a Lamborghini, and what does Russ Hanneman say?
It's a Lamborghini with a 0 to 60 of like 10 minutes, though.
It's a Lamborghini. It's a Lamborghini because its doors go like this. I'm Russ Hanneman, and the doors go like this. I don't want a car that goes like this. The doors go like this.
And might I add, Bitcoin is in the 3 comma club.
Bitcoin is in the 3 comma club. Yeah, the market cap is billions.
But anyway, yeah, Litecoin, it's just right now, it's so easy to move between exchanges. What if Bitcoin really did implement, the Lightning Network or a block size increase, which Litecoin's already done, or something like that, a bunch of things, and became as quick as Litecoin? What would happen to Litecoin?
God, I don't know.
I love Charlie Lee and his attitude and his, he always has Bitcoin and Litecoin going together, and proceeding into the future as like gold and silver, as partners. That he's never adversarial.
Yes, the gold and silver thing, that is totally applicable here.
Okay.
Bitcoin, look at it this way. Bitcoin is the trailblazer. It was on The Big Bang Theory, like the most nauseatingly disgusting show that I've ever seen, pretty much ever. But it was on the show. Highest rating.
You know what I hear the impression was from the show?
Tell me.
That it's easy to lose.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Are they
Bitcoin's
smearing the Bitcoin? The Big Bang nerds are smearing Bitcoin?
If you hadn't heard of Bitcoin, as far as I've heard, I haven't even seen the episode.
Yeah,
what I heard from people is that you would come away thinking you can store Bitcoins on a USB drive and they're easy to lose.
Wow, that doesn't sound familiar at all to like a thing that happened right here in the Blockheads compound.
No, but you can't store them on a USB drive, but that's the impression that was kind of given, I hear.
Yeah, very much a fictional situation.
Hey, I've got it right here.
Oh, there it is.
I've got it right here around my neck.
Wow.
It is not lost.
Don't lose your hardware wallets, people. It's very stressful.
So anyway, I mean, I was pretty pissed. There was like a funeral going on in the backyard, and I'm serious. That some pet,
funeral for a pet funeral. Snake. Unnecessary
and I was,
pyrotechnic display of emotions that didn't exist for a pet that has no personality. Okay, if it was a creature with legs,
and has been dead for years.
If there was a more anthropomorphic or more sympathetic type of creature, I would say, yeah, let's burn a whole bunch of stuff in the backyard. But for a snake, really?
Anyway, yeah, and while that was going on, I was turning upside down the house looking for my Ledger wallet. The compound. And, it ended up being just in a secret compartment in my book bag that I didn't even know about. My backpack that I sometimes carry. It just was in a pocket that it slipped into, and it's like the bunker pocket, and I didn't know about its existence.
It's like the hidden flap
and
where you...
none of the listeners now do either. Oh my gosh. Crap. I mean, did you have any more things to add?
Mass adoption is the thing. Bitcoin pushes forward, God willing, or Mike Novogratz willing.
Well, Bitcoin
then Litecoin does, it's the rising tide raises all the boats type of deal, right?
Right.
I mean, we kind of saw that with the bull run. It was sort of like we had a bull run, and then we had some bullshit, and then we kind of had a bull run again. That was the story of last week.
Everything went up.
Yeah, after going down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have Leroy here to do our headlines. I think he's away at like a Minecraft dab competition or something.
What? A Minecraft dab competition? Yeah,
everybody dresses up as those green creeper things and like dabs.
What the hell is happening?
I don't know.
These kids need a real hobby that's going to help them. I don't like Minecraft.
What about like collecting digital cats?
Hold on, that's just a teaser for later. Can we just complain about...
I mean, we could talk about that now.
Can we complain about Minecraft first?
Well, we're the blockheads. We're supposed to like Minecraft.
So what's next, Pete?
Oh, yeah, this Bitcoin price prediction graph.
I found a really weird, and you can explain logarithmic graphs.
Oh, we'll totally drop this in the show notes. There's a log Bitcoin price graph. A logarithmic graph just has a simple explanation. Your normal price graph has its levels, like along the y-axis, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. So the space that the line travels up to reach the next level
vertical
is the same from $1 to $2, $2 to $3, $3 to $4, $4 to $5, So you might have $1 to $10 on your graph, and it's 10 equal spaces tall. But a log graph moves from 1 to 10, then 10 to 100, then 100 to 1,000, then 1,000 to 10,000, something like that. And that's actually really cool. Here's why it's more accurate, because if you're looking at a linear graph where each space represents the same increase, then the change from $2 to $3 is the same on the graph as the change from $10,002 to $10,003. And for a coin, $2 to $3 is really significant. That's a 50% increase. But $5,000 or $10,002 to $10,003 is nothing.
That's nothing.
So on this graph, $2 to $3 would be the same as $10,000 to $15,000. There'd be like this. You can see when the coin doubles, and triples and things like that, or halves, much more easily than you can on a linear graph. And those are the price movements that really matter. If you hold $100 of Bitcoin and it goes from $2 to $3, you have $150 now. If it goes from $10,002 to $10,003, you still have $100 of Bitcoin. So the price movements that matter are visible on a log graph.
I found this logarithmic graph. It's weird because They took the existing price of Bitcoin, I guess, starting in its early days, 2010, and we've got the green zigzaggy line that goes all the way to, let's say, 2014.
Yeah, check the show notes if you can.
Yeah, check the show notes. It's amazing because that's when this graph was published, and then since it's logarithmic, it shows you what the course projection is for 10,000 per Bitcoin. And lo and behold, the date that it has projected for the $10,000 milestone, it says November 22nd, 2017.
Wow.
For that milestone. It was 6 days off from the actual occurrence. And that's crazy. Now, I guess it's got a previous projection for $1,000 Bitcoin, March 24th, 2015.
Well, it hit $1,000 in January 2014.
Okay.
And then with the big hack amount guys and all that.
So it threw it off a little bit.
It fell into a doldrums for a couple of years.
So it didn't really match that part of the graph.
Right.
The 6 day, it's 6 days off. That's kind of startling.
Of course, future success doesn't predict, wow. Like past results don't predict future results. But this graph says it'll hit 100,000 if the model holds, and by when?
On July 16th, 2021, everybody.
Woo!
Pre-order your Lambos. No. Past results are not a guarantee of future results, something.
John McAfee, who said famously that he would eat his dick on national television if Bitcoin didn't hit $500,000 by the end of 2020, has upped his prediction.
Wow.
Because his model only had it hitting 5,000 this year, and it's almost hit 12,000, has upped his prediction to $1 million by the end of 2020. And although that might include forks, he might be including Bitcoin Cash and stuff in that or whatever. When somebody came after him about the competition, he was like, that is even with competition, basically, you moron. I forget, it was like, you dumbass or something. He insulted the guy and said, I didn't say that was without any competition. Even with competition, Bitcoin will hit $1 million by the end of 2020.
Here's the verbatim from Mr. Weird Crazy Guy McAfee. When I predicted Bitcoin at $500,000 by the end of 2020, it used a model that predicted 5,000 at the end of 2017. BTC has accelerated much faster than my model assumptions. I now predict vertcoin, he spells it wrong, B-I-R, coin, vertcoin.
It's really cold.
At 1 million by the end of 2020, I will still eat my dick if wrong. There you go. There you go.
Well, let's hope it reaches $1 million by the end of 2020.
Wait, what if he's going to do a thing with the typo? Bitcoin doesn't hit 1 million by the end of 2020, and then he says, wait a minute, well, I said Bitcoin.
Yeah, and then how about we just go with the assumption that's going to hit 1 million? Because I would be fine with that, and I think you would be too.
Somebody make Bitcoin and make sure it doesn't hit $1 million.
No, make sure it does. Only make one of them. Make one of them.
Oh. Whoa. Dude, we can do that. Everyone can actually go to CryptoNote, or what's the website? You can straight up make your own cryptocurrency.
Oh, you can do that on Waves for one wave. You can do it on, BitShares. You can do it all sorts of places.
I'm talking there was a place that was just, hey, if you just want to plug in some numbers, we'll make you a cryptocurrency. It's that easy.
Cool.
There's so many things that are that easy.
So let's just make Vertcoin.
Let's save John save John McAfee's dick. Come on. Do you know how grateful he'll be? Basically, can we do this? Is it possible to just make a coin?
Yeah, we could totally do that.
If we make the coin, and there's
Vertcoin. There's a supply of one. But we have to make it. Maybe we can make it divisible a little bit more than 8.
How do we make sure it's worth $1 million?
Well, we can't really do that. But
that's
maybe
the whole thing.
The idea of there just being one.
I think there should be 7 or whatever the amount of infinity gems there are. So when you put them in the gauntlet, and then the galaxy and the Guardians and Thanos and the Avengers and all that, dick eating. So
you mentioned Bitchain earlier.
Oh, I did mention.
Yeah, what was that about?
I mentioned Bitchain earlier. There's some beautiful audio from beautiful former mayor. I don't know.
I think we should just paste that audio right in here.
Alex, I think also people confuse Bitcoin with Bitchain.
Well, Bitchain, I mean, we already knew that, but
Hold
So
on.
yeah, we
here's,
got
here's,
Bitchain.
here's the best part.
And there are places where that is a useful thing. In fact, the Bloomberg system is a blockchain. We just, instead of having the users control it, we control it.
Bloomberg is a blockchain.
In fact, the Bloomberg system is a blockchain.
Guys, we figured out Mayor Mike Bloomberg's secret. He is a blockchain.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't even know what he means. What is he talking about? Is he talking about his financial services company? Is he talking about his cable news network? Is he talking about...
Well, and he basically says...
Is he talking about his household? Where he's like, well, everyone can do certain things. It's just they're under control.
Right, he's basically saying it's a blockchain.
What?
That's not a blockchain.
What we need is an ICO to raise a bunch of money for Joseph Stiglitz, Mike Bloomberg, and everyone else that said dumb shit about stuff they don't understand.
That reminds me, I've got to show you this picture.
Did you see the Stiglitz thing?
I did, yeah. Stiglitz said Bitcoin should be banned.
That was an epic facepalm.
Oh yeah, and it was what a great thing. I've got to show you this picture. Hang on. So there's these guys in red, and they're all from fields that are hurt by volatility and innovation.
People like who, Pete?
People like Jamie Dimon.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, Larry. Bankers. We got funds like Larry Fink. We got Nobel Prize winners like Stiglitz, Robert Shiller. Investors like Warren Buffett. Regulators like Ben Bernanke. We've got all these guys in red, and there's a bunch more of them in each category. And they've all come out basically against Bitcoin. Anyway, and then we got the green guys over here.
Who was on the side of truth, Pete?
We got tech investors like Mark Cuban, Richard Branson, Peter Thiel, Bill Gates. Another Nobel person, Milton Friedman.
Well, he's not alive anymore.
Yeah, it's got a little X next. That can't be what the X means because there's an X next to Mike Novogratz.
I think they're just saying there's an X next to Mike Novogratz?
And he can't be dead. He cannot be dead. So that's definitely not what the X means.
I'm pretty sure Milton Friedman's not alive.
The X means the comment is about blockchain in general.
Okay.
And then we got fund managers like Mike Novogratz, and then we got central bankers.
Like a guy from Turkey or something. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it that dude?
Yeah. And then the guy from Japan and all that. So we got these these pretty clear categories and who's like for and against. And it's the people who tend to bank on not volatility that are like, Bitcoin is a bad idea. And it's the people who are excited by volatility and want to profit from it and help people profit from it.
Opportunity and the future happening.
Right.
And the internet. That's a cool thing. And hey, why don't we just... No, I don't know.
Well, futurists are into Bitcoin and traditionalists, I guess, are not, is the key idea. Anyway, so I'll drop that in the show notes too. Lots of cool pictures will be in the show notes.
Are we going to define what a blockchain is and what it isn't for Mike Bloomberg?
Yeah, sure.
Are we able to do that? If the man said the word Bitchain and then corrected himself, it seems like he's not too used to saying the word blockchain that often.
I suppose not.
Therefore, maybe doesn't understand what it is.
Possibly. Well, it is at heart a chain of blocks.
Yeah.
So
and what goes in those blocks there, Pete?
Data.
What was that?
Transactions.
Transaction data?
Yeah. Transactions.
For every transaction. And
they're hashed. They're cryptographically so that you can build upon one another. So each block sort of depends on the block before it. And so that if you change a number or something in one block, then all the blocks after it are suddenly that don't look right.
That's true.
It's like they came from a different block than the block that is actually there now.
Everything's got to be validated.
Right. Everything's validated and every block is built on the validated cryptographic number of the block before it. So it's
a chain
of blocks, right?
Being verified by a completely decentralized, distributed network of computers around the globe. Everything that goes in a block, that becomes a part of the new coin, correct? Transaction data,
right,
from the previous block becomes encapsulated within the new coin.
Right, and what blockchains come to mean, because of Satoshi's original paper, which actually didn't use the word blockchain. It does say things like chain of blocks, but it doesn't use the word blockchain.
We talked about that this week. It's very weird.
What it's become is a decentralized database where this chain of blocks is, held on all sorts of nodes so that if something changes somewhere else, then, the entire network picks up on it. And so it's been decentralized as a concept since the beginning, but here we have this trend where corporations, I guess, financial groups, whatever, centralized organizations are trying to take over the blockchain concept, take it and make it something centralized.
Yeah, a little bit.
To some degree. I guess that's what Bloomberg is. Bloomberg's like, well, it's a blockchain. but it's something that we control.
Are we going to see a massive population move into cryptocurrency as owners, individual actors in the space, or are we going to see a proliferation of all these corporate multinational types?
Well, it depends on whether we can...
Spoiling the party is what it would be. They're just going to take our music and start dancing to it in a really, really lame way. It's going to be like Lawrence Welk remixing Daft Punk or something. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, your grandma's going to be like, oh boy, I really like this Busta Rhymes song that they put on the TV. They've made it better. It's a Lawrence Welk Orchestra. Have you heard of them?
Well, it depends on whether we can get our asses in gear as the cryptocurrency community before governments create good cryptocurrencies that see widespread adoption. Like, I think I think we're ahead, but if the decentralized crypto community, the current cryptocurrencies can become good for stores of value, for transactions, for things, and become adopted before somebody creates the crypto dollar or the crypto ruble or the J coin or whatever.
Yeah.
And get that adopted first, because then it'll be really hard to dislodge.
Are we segueing to the next thing about...
Yeah, totally. Here's one. Venezuela has announced its own cryptocurrency backed by its natural resources, including oil. This is similar to Russia's crypto ruble thing and maybe Japan's J coin that they want to debut before the Olympics in 2020.
Okay, wait.
Venezuela is saying it's going to make its own cryptocurrency.
Backed by its natural resources, which are all owned by the government, pretty much.
Well, I mean, they're in debt to the Chinese government so much that they might as well be owned by the Chinese government.
How much of a cryptocurrency is it?
I don't know.
Controlled by the state, right?
Well, I haven't seen any more details on their plans.
They're just saying, we're going to do it, and hey, it's going to fix everything, I swear.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll put inflation on some sort of, limited schedule or something, emission schedule, rather than just, letting loose the purse strings whenever they want, like Ripple and Tether or something like that. Or I don't know. I don't know any of the details, but it's something to watch. I know that. Have you seen that tweet? There's a tweet that you must see if you haven't, and it's this guy. It's Eduardo Gomez.
I think I've seen him.
From Venezuela. He says, Bitcoin has changed my life entirely. Below you will see why. Today, one Bitcoin is worth 1 billion bolivars, Venezuela's local currency. I joined this space to prevent my government from deciding my future, my economic sovereignty. Thank you all. Thank you, Satoshi.
Is there a picture?
Yeah, there's a guy right there.
No, I mean, like, is that the picture? I mean, I've seen a guy in Venezuela with a big stack of bolivars, and then he's got one single Federal Reserve note and saying, hey, look, this is equal here. Giant stack of paper compared to one single Fed note, which is equally worthless, but just not yet.
I don't know if that's the guy, but he's saying that
tough times in Venezuela.
Bitcoin's really helped him.
That's cool, man. What about the J coin?
Oh, the J coin.
I'm terrified.
I mentioned it. Japan's cryptocurrency. It's going to be they want to do it by the Tokyo Olympics in 2020, which I would love to be at. See you guys there. But anyway,
there you go.
Their plan, and Japan's a 70 to 80% cash society. It's huge into cash, actually, despite its incredible advancements. It's just majorly cash is the culture there, and so they're doing this J coin thing, a digital currency, to try to offset their cash problem, which kind of gets what you were getting at. The cash is expensive.
The cost of printing money, storing it, moving it around.
It's going to be exchangeable 1-to-1 with the paper currency.
Do you know offhand, if Japan is 70% cash society, what is the U.S. at?
Oh, I have no idea.
I would say 50%. Sort of. I mean, I've worked as a cashier before, and I know about my coworkers. We all end up going out to eat together. Straight up, it seems like 50% are paying with cards, 50% have cash.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
That's just okay, yes. In the United States, 49%.
Whoa!
Of all consumer payments are cashless.
Okay, so I win.
Yes, you do win. So 51%. I don't know what year that is.
Everything else I say will be incorrect now. So
we've heard about Bitcoin futures. There's a date now, December 18th. CME's putting out Bitcoin futures. December 18th.
Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
Yep. We don't know what it'll do for Bitcoin, but
it might ruin everything.
Yeah, maybe. They've said Ethereum futures are possible in the first half of 2018, and now NASDAQ, Yeah, everybody knows the word NASDAQ.
Oh, is that the thing that, like, is that the one that Bernie Madoff helped found or did find? Which one? Let me do a quick check.
Yeah, NASDAQ.
I was right twice.
You were right twice.
And I quote from a website that has too many pop-up ads and things on my screen. The success of Madoff Securities was in part due to a willingness to adapt to changing times. Bernie Madoff's firm was among the earliest to use computer technology for trading, helping give rise to the National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations, also known as NASDAQ. Bernie Madoff was the chairman of NASDAQ for 3 one-year terms.
So NASDAQ is huge, though.
What's about Ethereum?
Ethereum futures.
Yeah.
Also being announced possibly in 2018. Who knows what this will do, but it's something that has to happen.
I think it's too much, man. That's what I feel like. I feel like our baby girl's growing up too quick, Pete.
Will you,
Futures?
It's gotta happen. All right, so we got IOTA. This is news. I think IOTA has hit number 5 in CoinMarketCap. It is the 5th most valuable cryptocurrency right now, which is a stunning move because it wasn't in the top 10 pretty recently.
Is it big news, though?
I think...
Aren't we always talking personally about how CoinMarketCap and the market cap in general, it's kind of... It just means the price of the coin multiplied by the amount of coins.
That means a lot more people want to buy it than want to sell it. That's what drives the price up.
Okay, because we're talking about a ranking system, a top 10, and now it's number 5.
But IOTA doesn't have a blockchain. It's called a tangle.
I've heard about that.
It requires you can't stake it, you can't mine it, you can't get it any other way than basically buying it and holding it, hodling it. So anyway, I understand that the tangle, I'm not an expert on IOTA by any means, but like every time you do a transaction, your transaction verifies 2 random transactions, other transactions in your local tangle.
It's random and it's not over duplicated because it's just random.
And that's a kind of security where it's random. It's harder.
There's some security in randomness. Yeah, randomness is amazing. That's a great innovation, unlike we've talked about Bitcoin's duplication of verification.
Now, and one of the things I do want to say is that I know with IOTA, addresses are like piggy banks. If you hold IOTA, you can put as much money as you want into your address. You can receive a lot of money into your piggy bank. But when you send it, it's like breaking the piggy bank. Don't send from that address again. That's kind of a security feature of IOTA, where you can't just send multiple times from the same address and make it easier to attack. So once you send from an address, smash, and you send from other addresses later.
Is that built in, or is that a choice that you have to make to do?
I don't know. I've just read warnings about that, so I guess it's a choice. I would just be careful, research, look at what people are saying. It's a criticism, I guess, of IOTA right now.
But it sounds like it's possible to be sending from a different address than from you receive, and that's awesome.
Yeah, you can do that. But, I've even security, some hold that IOTA has significant issues with security and with, principles. I'll post a link, I guess a pro IOTA link, and then also this Hacker Noon article I found.
You found a Hacker Noon article that is critical?
It says IOTA is deeply alarming.
But it's everyone's favorite coin, and it just rose to the number 5 spot on CoinMarketCap.
IOTA, like Pivx fans, like Nexus fans, like Bcash fans, it's just the community's really into the coin. There are IOTA fans, and IOTA's going to change the world. It's like Walton Coin fans, but
man,
way
I've
better.
been a fan of IOTA since before I forgot to buy it, and I'm still there. I kind of wish I did now. God damn it!
Well, yeah, IOTA's up like 8 times the past week or 2 or whatever.
It's okay. I got some other stuff that went up.
Yeah, me too. So yeah. That's it. I guess that's it for the news. Hey, this ICO hit me up.
Well, that was such a smooth transition. Wow, you're such a smooth.
Did I tell you this
criminal?
This ICO hit me up. I might be making some money on blockchain.
Why don't you just call this news? You could have segued so much better. So, I've got another news item. My name is Pete, and see. Can you do that? Can you just use your
Fine.
Can you just have some charisma for once in your
Fine.
life?
Another news item.
Yeah, what? What, is there more news?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
this
really?
ICO, it's called Imagize.
Yeah?
They actually have a working product.
Whoa,
They're in a bunch
you're
of stores.
blasting them out by name?
Well, no, why not?
I don't know.
It's not like I can describe them and people can't go find them. They have these scanners that scan your exact foot dimensions, and then you can get shoes like fitted to your exact feet. And they're running an ICO. I don't
Stop
I
shilling,
don't know
Pete.
all the
Wow,
details.
what? Well, you got some big money from the Bigfoot lobby?
I'm
or
definitely
something?
not shilling.
Wow.
I'm just talking with them.
You're just getting a bunch of money from the abnormally sized wide feet, or maybe small-toed, or maybe flat-footed, or overly arched foot lobby, Pete. What else? Yeah? What else?
Rocco is jealous.
Let me get back to what you're saying about Imagize and custom foot stuff. Okay. So I work in the realm of TV sports, and yeah, I've totally been back in the locker room setting during some kind of all-star game. And yeah, there was a company there. The company was talking to some of the players about, hey, we can get customized, perfectly designed shoes based on a 3D schematic of your foot.
Huh.
That was a few months ago. But now here we have an ICO that's saying we can do this on a massive scale using the blockchain, which therefore means it's going to be better and more profitable, sort of.
I think
maybe.
They're gonna do. They're gonna tokenize like the ability of shoe manufacturers to use this product.
There you go.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Again, I read the white paper and such, but I don't remember all the details. I don't think the idea is that the 3D models of your feet go on the blockchain so that they can't be changed. I think the idea is that the manufacturers will be able to pay to use their technology, and make shoes. But anyway, maybe I'll be hitting up some more details on that later.
I'm saying it's not a terrible idea. It's just another way that we see these projects that are new, trying to use blockchain or maybe decentralized computing,
right,
to do stuff.
Yep.
This would be like a tokenized use, maybe to use proprietary manufacturing technique or something.
Yeah.
A very specific set of parameters to do things that maybe are patented or something.
I want to see a way to make proprietary 3D printing schematics, actually, because there's probably companies thinking about this, but think about it. If you create something amazing for 3D printing,
I'm going to edit this.
People
Pete.
Could just share it.
Stop talking. This is probably a good idea.
Okay. All right. Never mind. So anyway,
what?
I heard, speaking of good ideas, there's a way you can make money in crypto, like other than getting crypto. You, Rocco, you found a way to make some money on Ethereum today.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Meow.
We're talking about news, okay? This is the news, Blockaholics. Are you ready? There's a thing on the Ethereum blockchain known as CryptoKitties.
CryptoKitties, not script kitties. CryptoKitties.
Okay, so apparently somewhere between 4 to 9% of transactions on Ethereum's blockchain comes from this thing.
Wait, really? 4 to 9%?
Conflicting
4
reports.
to 9%?
The first report that I saw was 4%. The next report I saw was 9%. So let's average it out, and then let's just call it 100%. All of the transactions are CryptoKitties.
Is that just because there aren't that many applications on Ethereum that are like up and running yet?
No.
Like, what's the last time you heard of an active revolutionary app on Ethereum? I mean, they're going to be around, but it's still really early time.
Okay. Well, who cares?
Okay.
Here's the news. If it's not weird enough that there's a CryptoKitties thing that's...
By the way, he is saying kitties like kittens.
Kittens, cats, felines.
And they're cute. Go check them out.
The animals that poop in boxes that are inside the house that you live in. Those things. But cartoon.
Stoned freeloaders that hiss at you and would eat you if you were any smaller.
Yeah, catnip wasted, freeloading, dejected, and disingenuous hairball.
Think they're the boss of everything. Villainous. Anyway, but cute. And you can get their cuteness without all of the litter boxiness with CryptoKitties.
Forget about the transaction data. It's a very sizable portion of Ethereum transactions. But on CryptoKitties, apparently the Genesis cat What is it? The first cat ever?
The first cat.
Can you just stop talking?
Fine.
Yes, the Genesis cat.
Fine.
Just sold for 450 Ether. That's money that I would like to have. I would definitely be able to spend that money very, 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 very well.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let all my blockaholics know right now. I'm probably going to be deleting every account on every exchange for me and refocusing my efforts. I'm going to become the best digital cat chain breeder that I can be.
He's going to breed cats, breed CryptoKitties on the Ethereum blockchain,
Ta-da!
clogging up our transactions for sending Ethereum to our exchanges.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Yeah, that's my idea.
Boy, Rocco, you know what? I don't know, man. It sounds like you're an idiot.
Oh, am I?
You're giving away the exchanges. You're like throwing away good investment principles and useful real world cases and like changing the world and all that. You're throwing it away for a bunch of two-dimensional cartoon pokey cats.
If I cash out right now and just flip it into Ether and then flip that Ether into CryptoKitties,
you could buy one of the like lesser cats.
Who knows? One of the lesser cats? I don't know.
Oh, you're going to breed yourself into anyway.
Here are the facts, blockaholics. Pete doesn't want to hear it, but you do. So, this is the ground floor. The number of subscribers on the CryptoKitties subreddit, that number is 519, okay? Purchase 2 kitties with Ether to begin breeding. That's how it works. You want to breed these cats. I mean, just trust me. I'll get into breeding later.
These are the modern. This is like appealing to the Pokemon generation, and they feel better about themselves because they're doing Pokemon on the blockchain and paying lots of money for it.
Would that it were so simple. Okay, so I got more. Okay, is it a game? It's not a game. I don't know.
What?
It's a marketplace. It's not a game. It's more like a booming financial opportunity.
Oh, like Beanie Babies. Yeah, my old Beanie Babies are so worth lots of money now.
That's literally the example on the FAQ. They're like, think digital Beanie Babies.
Yeah, and Beanie Babies crashed into oblivion. Okay, so the Beanie Baby research team has returned.
Yes.
There are, in fact, some authentic Beanie Babies still selling for thousands of dollars.
Whoa. That's surprising. I mean,
most of them are not selling for anything at all.
There you go.
There are some that are still selling for thousands.
If you're an 8-year-old and your dad has given you a little bit of Ether, this is where I want to wrap up on this. Okay. I think probably this game, lifestyle, way to breed stuff, animal husbandry simulator, I don't know. There's going to probably be an 8-year-old crypto millionaire at some point now because of CryptoKitties. I swear. Am I wrong?
No.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
It's crazy. So, okay, keep an eye on the rich list, the Ether rich list. It'll eventually be someone with a really horrible name like Chase or Jaden or like...
Those are both great names.
Like sticking like 2 names together, like Josepher.
Okay, that's pushing it.
What? Okay.
I defended Chase and Jaden, but
me and Joey couldn't decide what to name her, so we're just like, let's just call her Josepher.
Is that like Joseph mixed with?
Because I'm Jennifer
Lucifer?
plus.
Oh, I thought it was Lucifer.
Josepher. No,
I thought it was Lucifer.
Oh my God, no, we're Christian. No, we're Baptists. Ew, what's wrong with you? Why
Josephus and Lucifer, Josepher.
Anywho, okay. CryptoKitties says that they are crypto collectibles. A real-world analogy is closer to assets like baseball cards or fine art. That's what they're saying. So anyways, there it is. That's the straight dope.
What?
Yeah, that's the litter on that's the litter on all them kitters.
The litter on that's the
litter on all them kitters.
All right, so next up.
Moving on.
Yep. So we've got somebody, Diane Feinstein, shifts her attention. Does she pronounce it Feinstein? Or like
maybe
Feinstein or something?
It's okay.
Diane Feinstein shifts her attention from unsuccessfully banning guns to banning Bitcoin. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This U.S. Senate is moving to criminalize non-disclosure of cryptocurrency ownership. So you can stuff dollar bills in your mattress, but you can't hold cryptocurrency without disclosing it. They're starting to treat cryptocurrency addresses more like bank accounts than like private holdings of currency.
Well, to be clear, it's not the U.S. Senate, Pete, by the way. It's the Senate Judiciary Committee on which Senator Feinstein sits.
Sorry, I fell victim to the headline there.
Yeah, headlines.
Corduroy pillows, man.
Read the fine print, people. A bill starts out in a committee, which is a subdivision of the Senate. Then, if it is approved by that committee, it gets to move forward. They can have a vote to get it onto the floor for a vote in the Senate for everyone to actually decide if it becomes law. But then it's also got to pass the House. And then President Trump needs to take time away from his twittering schedule.
And golf.
Well,
I mean, they're not talking about banning, if we're going to be technical, if we have to be, they're not talking about banning crypto, but about prohibiting undisclosed ownership of crypto.
Right.
As if there's somebody.
That's right. Yeah.
As if there's some reporting agency.
Ooh.
I mean, what, would I have to file reports every week?
I don't know, man.
So, can this Senator Berenstein,
yes,
can she ban our personal wallets?
Can DiFi? That's what we'll call it for short.
DiFi, that's better. Yeah.
Is DiFi going to ban our personal wallet? Well, she certainly can't stop us from owning wallets.
Does she want to know our private keys?
Probably.
Remember when she wanted to ban end-to-end encryption too?
Yes.
Man.
I couldn't find the story at first, and then I looked it up, and then I was like, whoa, 2016, she wanted to ban encryption.
Man.
This might have been involved with that case with iPhone and that guy that shot guns at people.
Might have been.
Remember that?
Did you see like it might have been, or you're just positing that it might have been?
I'm positing, yeah. There's that whole thing with iPhone. Hey,
yeah, I remember that. The FBI.
Here's what I want to say about that. Hold on. iPhone, FBI, people would come. If your investigation is hinging on what's on one phone, maybe your investigating abilities kind of suck. If you need a multi-billion-dollar company that has products around the globe to drop everything and tell you what's inside one phone on this planet, maybe you kind of suck at doing that Federal Bureau of Investigating thing. Maybe your intelligence gathering is just a little bit lacking. Then you're not seeking other avenues of collecting data and shit.
So,
are they really providing the service they say they're providing us?
That's what the DiFi FBI is like, man.
Dude, the DiFi FBI needs to GFBI something. Wow, I wish I could think of an acronym that rhymed.
Now, my question, given our CryptoKitties thing, will Princess DiFi personally imprison an 8-year-old millionaire that didn't report earnings on an all-time high sale of a CryptoKitty?
She should. DiFi knocks on your door.
Yep.
It's a Thursday afternoon.
How does she knock?
No, she does it with a fist, sort of like
the cop knock, like.
I think she does it with her elbow bent at a right angle, and then just strikes her fist forward with like the meaty part of the fist.
And then if you don't answer, adds the forehead in.
I don't think she rings the doorbell, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I bet.
All right.
So then you open the door, and it's Senator DiFi, and she's like, "Where is Chelsea?" Or where is Brace? Like, people made up a name. Where is Brace?
Brace.
Where's Bracelyn? And you're like, Bracelyn's, why do you want to see my dear sweet angel Bracelyn? She's on her laptop.
And why does DiFi hate Bitchain so much?
Like most people that are on TV ripping Bitcoin, they don't understand it at all. They don't understand the simplest thing about it. They think, who's putting out the crappy info?
Well, I think the first impression matters, and the first impression a lot of people had of Bitcoin was like
Mount
Silk
Gox.
Road kind of thing,
Silk
or Mount
Road.
Gox, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you got to educate yourself about the Bitchain, about the stick chain, about the blocks.
Check out episode 0 coming soon. If you want to send in some questions for episode 0, round 0 rather, about blockchain, Bitcoin, whatever, please go ahead and drop them to the email in the show notes or tweet, comment, anything you like.
Wait.
We'll include your question.
No, we're going to restart that.
Why?
I literally dreamt it. You came up with suggestions at blockheadspod.com.
Wait,
no,
what?
That was in my head while I was asleep,
Oh,
apparently.
okay. You dreamed that I came up with another email address for Blockheadspod.
I guess I'm low-key annoyed on the Freudian subconscious level.
Well, what if we divvy it out? So suggestions go to suggestions at Blockheadspod, questions go to questions at Blockheadspod, and then complaints, and we don't even have to create that address. We can just tell them to send it to complaints at Blockheadspod, and it doesn't go anywhere.
And it goes into the void.
It's like sending to a non-existent Bitcoin address.
It's like when anyone complains about me, my ears turn off.
Exactly.
Anyone has any feedback for me in real life, I suddenly just start listening to elevator music in my head.
So speaking of elevator music, let's take a speed break before we get to our main topic.
That was not smooth. It's gonna be so cold for the state championships that we have to shoot. It's gonna be in some geographic natural wind tunnel of doom, and wind chill factor goes through the roof. They're telling me, just when you think you have enough layers on, you don't. 2 hours later, you think your balls are gonna fall off. Frozen. That's all you have?
That's what I got, yeah. I feel sympathy.
I need your sympathy, Pete.
I lived for a year and a half in Siberia, so I do hear you. It was negative 55 degrees sometimes.
But what were you doing? Not ever leaving the house, right?
Oh, I was out sometimes.
Okay. Well, I have to be outside watching 2 football games per day for 4 days. And basically, I don't even think my job...
I'm not topping you. I'm just saying I understand.
My job does not require me to move around a lot. Like, basically just stand in one place and point a camera at
if
shit.
you move around a lot, you get fired. Right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you can't take a walk to get the feeling back into your toes. You have to stay there, follow the ball, and not basically move anything but 2 joints on your arms. Hand warmers in your gloves. Maybe they work. I don't know.
Toe warmers? Toe warmers are good.
Basically, the short story is, Pete, good luck doing round 0 by yourself.
No.
You're going to have to do it by yourself.
No.
Because I'm not going to survive.
Okay.
This is my final podcast. This is the final cast. Blockheads is going down to a team of 1 plus all of our staff.
I'll call it below 0 in honor of you.
Thank you. Round below 0. Rest in peace, Rocco. You died out there on the gridiron. You're a hero. Thank you for your service. No one says that to me, man.
You brought...
Nobody says that to me out there in the cold. It's December.
Rocco died so that we could watch this football game.
Just when you think you got enough layers on, your balls are frozen.
Speaking of balls, let's talk about taxes. Are your taxes like a yearly hernia exam? You let the strange man touch your balls and you turn your head and cough. Hopefully it's quick. Hopefully it doesn't squeeze too hard. Is that what taxes feel like?
That's how it feels like to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like everybody feels that way.
I mean, of course, that's what I think it feels like, because I came up with that analogy.
Don't try to take the credit.
I'm taking it. Yoink.
Every time, and I'm self-employed, I work as a freelancer, so that means double Social Security tax. So every year, it's like shock, like, oh no.
Oh, Mo.
Oh, Mo. Yeah, thanks, Leroy. I don't know. It's always like that. So anyway, taxes. There's a lot of tax talk nowadays in the crypto space.
On this, our lucky round 7, we're going to do something special. We're going to combine the main topic with our reading from Reddit.
In which people correct one another on how much tax the IRS deserves, because, everybody has an opinion on that, and everybody is an expert on that.
Let's see what the people are saying about this. I hope your brain doesn't explode, Blockaholics.
All right, here we go.
At least you get tax credits when you have crypto losses. Don't forget to claim those.
No. Not tax credits. Not tax credits. You offset your losses against your gains, and if you end up with a profit at the end, you pay taxes on those gains.
And if you end up with a loss?
Well, then you get to carry it over to the next year. No tax credit.
If my crypto losses offset my tax liability, it's a credit. What am I missing?
Oh, jeez. As the definition above says, a tax credit can only be used to offset a tax liability. You cannot offset a trading loss to anything except a trading profit. You cannot use it as a credit against other profits, certainly not directly as a tax credit.
This is not true. You can apply up to $3,000 of capital losses to other income liabilities.
I'm of the opposite mindset. Of course I love to keep all my profits, but if the government is laissez-faire towards crypto, especially during this infancy phase, as long as they get their slice of the pie, then I say let them have it.
It's capital gains. You make an investment and you profit. That's income, therefore it's taxed.
A large percentage of crypto holders are in their early 20s and have never even paid taxes before. Welcome to civilization, kids.
It would be one thing if crypto investments were supported by the Fed's monetary policy or FDI insured or guaranteed to be bailed out if it failed, but no. Crypto investments were completely against all the headwinds of the federal government best regulatory efforts. So the Fed fights the crypto market the whole way, and then it has the chutzpah to want to share in the profits.
I'm sorry, I gotta come back in again. How is that different than stocks, forex, or commodities? None of those are insured or guaranteed by the government. For that matter, if I trade euros and yen, should that be tax-free in the US? Because the United States had nothing to do with those currencies? If I trade dollars and euros, do I only have to pay half the normal tax because only half the trade is insured by the US government? You need to study economics and finance a bit more.
But taxes are for stupid people who actually go to work to make money. I live in my mom's place and I don't even pay the bills. What do you mean I have to pay taxes? We need to start a revolution.
How the fuck do you go about your life that you haven't had any jobs until your 20s?
I had financial aid, but I still worked 2 jobs in college to help me pay my rent and put food on the table. How much financial aid did you get?
Good for you. I didn't realize this thread was about my personal financial history. Nice red herring, though. Cities and towns can privatize electricity companies, roads, medical facilities, education. You've been indoctrinated into thinking that the tit of government is the only way to provide these services. Your argument is invalid.
You can tax my Monero, which I have an undisclosed amount of.
It feels good to be in country with no capital gains tax. I am enjoying Reddit.
The government doesn't deserve any of your crypto profits. They should go balance their uncontrolled budget. Taxes are theft, man. Yeah.
The largest provider of research funding in the United States is the federal government. Across all sectors, basic science, medicine, applied sciences, technology, I see this as a valuable use of my tax dollars. Not to mention you won't be able to garner anywhere near the amount of money or organizational system necessary to distribute these grants at the local level. Taxation is beneficial.
You sound like a perfectly indoctrinated sheep, giving your hard-earned profits away to a government that spends it on other countries' unconstitutional wars, jobs dedicated to taking your money, the welfare state of people that refuse to work, and other fraud, waste, abuse. I'm sure they'll award you a gold star once they are done pilfering your money.
That's some of the Redditness on taxes. Everybody weighing in on why taxes are awesome and taxes are terrible.
Everybody weighing in. Everybody's got an opinion. Oh my gosh. And I swear though, half the time I read these threads, it is majority of people just arguing against someone else to basically uphold this stuff about taxes that may or may not apply because there's never been any actual laws by elected or even appointed people like Supreme Court. Supreme Court's never decided anything about this.
Right.
I think eventually that will happen. And that's where we really get the answer, don't we?
It's time for Rocco's Food for Thought.
I'm saying what everyone's thinking.
Well, you're not saying what that guy was thinking because he was like, if I trade euros and yen, shouldn't the U.S. be able to tax it? Even though they had nothing to do with it. That was one of his arguments.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was one of the ones I read. Yeah. If I trade between euros and yen on Forex,
yeah,
the United States does tax that.
That's true.
Even though they had nothing to do with euros or yen. And there's various asset classes that have no protection.
Euros and yen and US dollars have everything to do with one another because we already looked at a chart together, Pete, about the trading and swapping of global debt, 2 giant octopi having sweet lovemaking with one another is what that chart looked like.
The octopi lovemaking chart is also in the show notes and is highly recommended. It shows how much countries owe one another.
It's like that movie, Pooping Back and Forth is what it is.
That's a movie?
Yeah, it's that indie movie where the little kids...
This is really a thing?
Is it called You, Me, and Everyone We Know or
yeah,
something? Yeah,
it's
a funny movie for what...
This is really a thing. Oh my gosh, I thought you were just making up a movie title.
It's like this poor, lonely 30-year-old lady. She ends up chatting with 8-year-olds.
Why didn't she just buy CryptoKitties from the 8-year-olds?
This was back in 2004.
Okay, yeah, the Dark Ages.
CryptoKitties were just a twinkle in Satoshi's eye. The debt levels, though, okay, it's the governments trade debt with one another, and they support each other. The yen, the euro, the U.S. Fiat Federal Reserve Note.
Okay.
Because it's just 2 octopi. It's all the lines of debt going across the oceans from America, and all the lines of debt stretching back to America. They're all trading debt just to keep the money moving. It's ridiculous.
Are there protections for people that trade Forex?
Are there?
I don't know. I know there are all kinds of protections for other investments. Well, no protections for crypto.
Well, here at Blockheads, we mostly just have a lot of questions. The answers, that's for you to decide. But here's some questions. crypto holders don't have any FDIC protection, but maybe there is protection. Is there protection for banks that deal in stocks and deal with stockholders? Probably.
What about exemptions for day trading?
Here in the crypto space, some of us do day trading, and people make money. And in those Reddit threads, I totally read a bajillion times people being corrected saying, no, every time you trade crypto, you need to calculate that amount of profit because each transfer of an asset in crypto needs to be reported as a taxable event according to the IRS's blah, blah, blah policy that wasn't voted on by Congress.
Yeah, there are services out there that'll track it for you, in fact. So
wow, that's so convenient. Wow, thank you. Thank you for putting a velvet sleeve around the chains that weigh so heavily on my neck. And thank you for telling me about that velvet, Reddit commenter. Makes my chains feel easier to carry. No, day traders on Wall Street, apparently they do get an exemption for all their flipping and stuff.
Yeah, they get an exemption for day trading. Cryptos don't.
That
ain't
ain't fair.
There are no insurance policies either to prevent losses when an exchange gets hacked.
That is true. Well, I mean, maybe some company would make a policy, but there doesn't exist one yet. There doesn't exist one yet.
Oh, and plus there's no guarantee even that crypto is going to migrate back into fiat. The value could stay in cyberspace, denominated in crypto.
Wow.
Ad infinitum.
Ad infinitum. What, it reminds me of a t-shirt that I saw Charlie Lee, my favorite dude, Charlie Lee. I love you. Give me some Litecoin. Charlie Lee wears a t-shirt on his profile picture or something. It says, with the Litecoin logo, just like Nike.
Just hodl it.
Yeah, there you go, Pete. Wow, I'm so proud of you. That's what it says. It says just hodl. What do we do if we just hodl? We're expatriating our money out of the Fed system, the fiat-denominated, phony, debt, house of cards economy, aren't we? I don't plan on
moving a lot of it back.
Yes, I don't plan on moving a lot of it back or any of it back. If mass adoption occurs, which we all hope does happen, where are we left? We're left with a society that functions in crypto more and more every day. A new economy, a separate economy.
Right. Well, there's a lot of other protections that maybe people don't think about. Unlike in the stock market, for instance, there are no verified, disclosed board members or owners here, usually.
It's a website.
In crypto space.
And there's a LinkedIn bio sometimes
on that. You can be pretty sure.
On that ICO,
there's no laws preventing those people from making insider trades. I mean, insider trading is illegal in the stock market, but it happens all the time, I'm sure, in crypto. You know, people know that their platform's going to release an epic new awesome crypto puppies, and they buy up a bunch of crypto on their platform to make sure that they can get in on that.
Yeah, one more thing about Wall Street's insider trading. It happens so much. All you have to do is watch the first 1987 Oliver Stone Wall Street movie, which is awesome, because that's how the world probably exactly is. What is the most recent case of insider trading that we saw in the news?
Pumpkin suit, Martha Stewart.
No, but yes.
That's the most recent one I know.
Martha Stewart didn't go to a white-collar prison, a club med, a club fed. Martha Stewart went to the thing for obstruction of justice related to an investigation for insider trading. A misconception, she was insider trading. She might have been, but mostly it was obstruction of justice. She pled the fifth probably. So as to not implicate herself or maybe someone else. But basically, nobody's gone to jail for insider trading the way that they should probably. It doesn't happen, but they have this one scapegoat that was on TV and has a magazine, and wow, the feds are doing their job. The regulators, the SEC, they're really doing their job. Don't you remember about Martha Stewart? No, they got her on obstruction.
Oh, I saw some rumors today that the SEC is going after PlexCoin. Have you seen PlexCoin?
No.
Silly ad going around?
No.
Oh. PlexCoin was like one of those things that people got big into. They were going to release a card and you swipe it and you spend your PlexCoin and no problem, a couple months ago. And now the SEC has raised a huge ton of money on the ICO. Now the SEC is going for them. They might end up in jail. I mean, if you run an ICO without legal compliance, you sell securities without registering, you can end up in jail.
Are they securities?
If the SEC decides they are.
Well, I mean, I want to hear it from a judge.
Okay.
And from a panel of experts that are employed by the government. Seriously. If we've got Joseph Stiglitz, Nobel laureate, we got Mike Bloomberg, current or former mayor of a big city.
You want them on the panel?
No, but I want to see, I have no confidence that these decider types know what the hell they're talking about.
That's fair.
If we got Joseph Stiglitz, doesn't know his ass from an elbow or something. We got Bloomberg, thinks his company is a Bitchain. What else? Who else do we have?
Jamie Dimon.
Does anyone know what they're talking about in positions of power?
I guess not. Anyway.
So why would we say like an ICO is a security according to the definition? I don't know if they know if it is or not, but they want it to be.
So in a way, crypto is more transparent than a lot of stocks, a lot of companies. It'd be harder to pull an Enron with, crypto. But there are no quarterly earnings reports, nothing to show that the company is financially stable or anything like that. Again, we're just talking about assurances, helps, supports that the stock exchange has that crypto doesn't have.
That's the point we're trying to make here, yeah.
There are no regulations determining the acceptable levels that the founders take for themselves, pre-mine or whatever, or the appropriate moments to release tokens that were locked in an ICO.
And we're not calling for such regulations to exist, but we are just saying so many regulations for how a publicly traded company on Wall Street can function versus, there's just a bunch of coins sitting in a vault on this particular blockchain, da-da-da-da-da.
But yet they're trying to tax cryptocurrency as if it was those kind of assets.
At the same level. It's just capital gains, same as the other guys, same as your father's money gains. It's not the same. I don't know.
It's all, a much riskier market for the crypto investor, but they want to tax it the same.
We were talking earlier, cryptocurrency might not be the correct term. It might not be
digital currency investor. I guess I should start switching to that, huh?
It's fine. Hey, we might have to even amend our logo that says a blockchain and cryptocurrency. What? I don't want to have to change the logo again.
I'll do it.
No.
It needs modification.
But what does it say then? If
cryptocurrency and digital currency.
That's terrible.
No, it should be just cryptocurrency.
How about we just add an asterisk and be like TBD. TBD pending a better...
Blockheads. TBD.
TBD until we figure out how to say this right so people don't get confused and the feds don't crawl up our asses.
People will be totally confused unless they heard this segment on what the TBD is about.
Okay, so here's one. There's no regulations in crypto or third-party audits done on the security or validity of the wallets that are being created to store these digital assets.
Right.
Whatever. There's all sorts of regulations about fraud or putting out a crappy product or selling lawn darts that fall on your kid's head on 4th of July weekend barbecue. Whatever. All these consumer protections. Oh, man, my McDonald's coffee was too hot. What are you going to do? Go to the feds and be like, man, I downloaded the Bitcoin Gold wallet. Turns out there's a transaction fee every time I mine. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, you can't go to the feds with that. No. And nobody would go to the feds with that.
Right.
Because it's LARPing. That's what this is. We got our LARP economy. It's a live action role playing thing. Lightning bolt, sleep. We're just a bunch of kids out in a field where there's no jocks to beat them up, and we're playing fake internet economy with each other.
That's kind of true. I mean, theoretically, taxation pays for the protections and services the government provides. Well, there are no protections and services being provided by the government in the crypto space at all.
Yet they still tax us at the same rate. What the shit?
We put in our money, which has already been taxed.
That's right.
Into cryptocurrency. And then our cryptocurrency sees wider adoption. There's more people using the numbers that we use, and they want to tax that, even if we don't bring it back into dollars.
Is it like we go on vacation in the jungle and we're freaking trading with Amazon jungle people? They're making food for us and stuff, and we're totally in a different world. But every time we buy roasted crickets from the tribesmen or whatever they eat there, we're still paying U.S. federal sales tax or something. Like, that's sort of what it is. Like, we're in a different world. Come on.
Kind of like that. Now, I I want to be clear here.
Oh.
Not advocating violating tax law of any kind.
Right.
Check out what your jurisdiction says. We're just advocating that there be change in, or some kind of reasonable policy, reasonable laws from the government. Because right now it's just somebody at the IRS saying what they think it should be.
Some person that needs to retire, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just grow some balls, that's all, and start talking about this a little bit more. I'm not seeing it enough. Hopefully something can change. What's the final thought, though? Is that the final thought? I mean, at least I like this next thing. Can you say the thing? Can you say the N-word?
You're talking about the nerd money? You're talking about the nerd money bit? Yeah, I mean, nerds made up this nerd money.
Yeah!
I mean, even if Rick Sanchez zapped DC with a portal gun.
Portal cannon. He would need a whole cannon and a lot of portal fluid.
Okay, a portal cannon and perfectly calibrated portal fluid.
Yeah.
And Congress just ends up on that planet where everything is in a cob. Bitcoin's on a cob. Mining rigs are on a cob. Taxes are on a cob. IRS officials vetoes are on a cob.
That planet was the worst. That was the worst planet.
So we will still all have crypto.
Yeah.
We don't need them. They provide no service of any kind that, behind crypto, at least right now.
Well, I mean, hey, if Nexus has its way, we've got a decentralized satellite internet too.
Yeah.
So, literally, we don't even need, what is it? The frickin' DARPA framework, whatever, all that stuff, the early days of the internet from Lo and Behold, the Herzog film.
Yeah.
Man.
We got a lot of artifacts on the internet. It's kind of like, you drive around the city and it's this modern city, but then you're running into you're still crossing covered bridges in one lane and everybody's got to wait for you and stuff. There's this old infrastructure in place, these bottlenecks.
Right.
We have that in the internet with old protocols and inefficient database structures and stuff. And Nexus is working on that too.
Yeah.
So building an internet that makes sense is part of their thing.
Our nodes are getting overloaded. We got overloaded nodes, yo.
Overload the nodes. Our nodes are getting overloaded.
Yeah, here's the thing. I just think that the feds, they can't get all up in the nerd money. They can't change rules to a game they didn't invent. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, they got their own game they're playing, and they're trying to push its rules on this game, on the crypto game.
If the nerds invented, let's say, a new game, basketball, they took peach baskets and they hung them up, and they're playing hoops, and all of a sudden a baseball team comes over onto the court, and they're trying to mix up the rules, change the rules, interfere with the game.
They got the referee standing under the peach basket going, "Strike!"
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's the perfect sports analogy. You can tell that I'm a sports television professional because that was great teamwork. That was brilliant. I just think people shouldn't be so complacent about this because we are literally talking about baseball players interfering with our sweet game of street hoops.
Huh, man. Yeah, maybe there needs to be some kind of solution to be the voice of crypto for the people.
Everybody should vote Mark Cuban for president. Or something. I don't know. God. I think that's a pretty good cast there.
Let's give a shout out to our Block Ness monsters. Justin out there on the roadways.
Yeah, we got a message from Justin. What did he say?
Listens to us. He said, "Great podcast, guys." Listens to us on his, I think he's a trucker.
Cool.
And hits us up. That's awesome.
A Satoshi Nakamotorist.
Thank
you for listening, Justin.
Whew.
Oh, okay, I got a shout out. I want to shout out Lil Gemmel and his Mo Boys. Those Mo Boys, get your mining rig figured out or something.
Gemmel and the Mo Boys. I don't know Gemmel and the Mo Boys, but I do know Andy and his kid, the Mad Dog.
Andy listens. Andy's cool.
We got Matt on social media.
No, don't you hear the music?
So we got social media. Go ahead, people out there in Hashville, drop us a review, comment, please. We need your help to promote the podcast.
Whoa.
We need your help to spread the wealth of knowledge throughout.
I don't think that plays well. Hey,
Fine.
If you feel like telling somebody, do it. And, that's cool. But if you don't, that's cool too.
No, we need your help. No, this is the way everybody does it.
I don't need any help.
It's what inspires people to come together as part of the community and
Is this how it
promote
works?
Blockheads Pod.
Should we get some different music instead?
So you're of the opinion that we should say, hey guys, we don't care, but if you want, you can leave a review. We don't care. And I'm of the opinion we should say, guys, we need your help. Promote our pod. Tell your friends if you like our work.
Share it, like it, review it, or don't.
No, do. The word is do. Ignore Rocco. Rocco's opinions are
Our website.
are crap.
Our website is blockheadspod.com.
Our Twitter is BlockheadsPod.
You can find us on SoundCloud now and also Spotify.
Spotify's got this weird application procedure that
Boo.
we don't know about yet. Yeah,
Boo.
They might accept us later.
You suck, Spotify.
Don't tell them that. Then they won't accept us.
They need us.
They need us.
They need us.
Spotify needs the blockheads.
They need nerd money. Are you kidding? Come on.
They do need nerd money.
How else are they going to turn a profit? Those dorks.
All right, Byzantine Empire.
Yeah, and Satoshi Nakamoto.
Ashtan Bull.
Maybe people that are illegal aliens using Monero.
Peace out, Kiloherzegovina.
Well, that's horrible.
We'll see you later.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Next week it's round 8.
Hey, can we call our blockheads Bitheads in honor of Michael Bloomberg?
No. What do we call it? What people out there?
Beavis and Bitheads. Playing stickball.
Beavis and Bitheads?
Yeah, Beavis and Bitheads.
Bitchain. No, I got nothing. Turn it off.